Sarah emerged from the mansion, the first light of dawn breaking over the horizon. She felt a strange sense of relief and accomplishment. She had faced the darkness and emerged victorious. She had helped the spirits find peace and broken the curse that had haunted the mansion for centuries. As she walked back to the town, she felt a sense of closure. The mansion, once a place of fear and mystery, was now a place of peace. The spirits were free, and the house was no longer haunted. She returned to her home, her heart filled with a sense of purpose. She knew that she would never forget the events of that night, and she would carry the memories with her always. The story of Sarah's bravery spread throughout the town of Hollow's End. The townspeople, once filled with fear and superstition, now looked at the mansion with new eyes. It was no longer a place of dread, but a testament to courage and determination. Sarah became a local hero, her story inspiring others to face their fears and seek the truth. The mansion, now a symbol of hope, was restored and turned into a museum, preserving its history and the tale of the spirit's release. Visitors came from far and wide to see the mansion and hear the story of Sarah and the Blackwood family. The relics were displayed with pride, each one telling a piece of the mansion's history. Sarah continued to live in Hollow's End, her life forever changed by her experience. She knew that she had done something important, something that would be remembered for generations. And though the mansion was no longer haunted, its story lived on, a reminder that even in the darkest of places, there is always a way to find the light. Years passed, and the mansion stood as a beacon of hope and resilience. Sarah grew older, her heart still filled with the memories of that fateful night. She often visited the mansion, walking its now peaceful halls, feeling a sense of pride and accomplishment. One sunny afternoon, as she walked through the garden, she saw a young girl standing by the gate. The girl looked up at the mansion with wide, curious eyes, much like Sarah had done all those years ago. "Are you Sarah?" the girl asked, her voice filled with awe. Sarah smiled and nodded. "Yes, I am. What's your name?" "Emily," the girl replied, her eyes shining with excitement. "I heard your story. It's amazing. I want to be brave like you." Sarah's heart swelled with pride. "You can be, Emily. Always remember, no matter how scary things might seem, there is always a way to find the light." Emily nodded, her face filled with determination. "I will. Thank you, Sarah." Sarah watched as Emily ran off, her heart filled with hope for the future. She knew that the story of the haunted house and the brave girl who faced its terrors would continue to inspire generations to come. And as the sun set over the town of Hollow's End, casting a warm glow over the mansion, Sarah felt a deep sense of peace. She had faced the darkness, found the light, and in doing so, had left a legacy that would never be forgotten. In the years that followed, the mansion's story became a cherished legend in Hollow's End. Sarah's bravery was celebrated, and the mansion itself became a symbol of hope and resilience. The museum grew, attracting visitors from far and wide who came to hear the tale of the haunted house and its remarkable heroine. Sarah continued to live a fulfilling life, her heart always connected to the mansion and its history. She spent her days sharing her story with visitors, guiding them through the museum, and teaching them the importance of courage and determination. One crisp autumn evening, as the leaves turned golden and the air grew cool, Sarah felt a familiar pull towards the mansion. She walked its halls, now filled with light and laughter, and found herself standing before the old altar in the basement. The relics, now carefully preserved and displayed, seemed to glow with a warm, gentle light. As she stood there, she felt a presence beside her. She turned to see the faint, ethereal figure of Henry Blackwood, his face filled with gratitude and peace. Thank you, Sarah," he said, his voice soft and filled with warmth. "You have given us what we longed for. We are at peace because of you." Sarah smiled, her heart filled with a deep sense of fulfillment. "I'm glad I could help, Henry," she replied. "Your story will live on, and the mansion will always be a place of hope." Henry nodded, his form growing fainter. Take care, Sarah. Your bravery and kindness have left a mark on this world. Remember, the light you found here will always guide you." With those words, he vanished, leaving Sarah standing alone in the basement. She felt a tear roll down her cheek, but it was a tear of joy. She knew that she had done something truly remarkable, something that would be remembered forever. As the years passed, Sarah's story continued to inspire those who visited the mansion. The museum thrived, and Hollow's End became a place of hope and courage, its dark past transformed into a beacon of light. One spring morning, Sarah, now an elderly woman, sat on the porch of the mansion, sipping her tea. The sun shone brightly, and the garden was in full bloom. She watched as a young woman approached, her eyes filled with curiosity and wonder. Hello," the young woman said, her voice filled with admiration. "And my name is Lily. I've heard so much about you and this place. It's an honor to meet you." Sarah smiled warmly. "It's a pleasure to meet you, Lily. What brings you to Hollow's End?" Lily sat down beside her, her eyes wide with excitement. "I've always been fascinated by the stories of the mansion and your bravery. I want to learn more, to help share its history and keep its legacy alive." Sarah felt a deep sense of joy. "You have a kind heart, Lily. This place needs someone like you. Would you like to help me take care of the mansion and share its story with others?" Lily's face lit up with excitement. "I would love that, Sarah. It would be an honor." And so, Lily became the new guardian of the mansion, working alongside Sarah to preserve its history and share its story with the world. Together, they welcomed visitors, guided tours, and ensured that the legacy of the haunted house lived on. One stormy night, as lightning flashed across the sky and rain pounded against the windows, Sarah and Lily sat by the fireplace, sharing stories and laughter. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. They exchanged curious glances and went to see who could be visiting on such a night. Sarah opened the door to find a man standing on the porch, drenched from the rain. He was tall and thin, with a haunted look in his eyes. "And may I come in?" he asked, his voice trembling. Sarah and Lily exchanged a glance before nodding. Of course, come in and dry off," Sarah said, leading him to the fireplace. The man sat down, his hand shaking as he held a cup of tea. Thank you," he said. "And my name is Thomas. I've come to find answers." Sarah's heart skipped a beat. What kind of answers, Thomas?" Thomas looked around the room, his eyes filled with sorrow. "And my ancestors lived in this mansion. I've heard stories of a curse and spirits trapped here. I need to know the truth." Sarah felt a chill run down her spine. She knew that the mansion's history was filled with pain and tragedy, but she also knew that it had been a place of redemption and hope. "You've come to the right place, Thomas," as she said gently. "This mansion has a dark past, but it's also a place of healing and courage. Let me tell you the story." As the storm raged outside, Sarah and Lily shared the story of the mansion with Thomas. They told him about the Blackwood family, the spirits trapped within its walls, and the relics that had been returned to bring peace to the restless souls. Thomas listened intently, his eyes filled with a mixture of sorrow and hope. "So the curse was real," he said softly. "But it was broken." Sarah nodded. "Yes, it was. The spirits found peace, and the mansion became a place of light and hope. Your ancestors can rest now, knowing that their story has been told and their souls have been freed." Thomas's eyes filled with tears. Thank you," he said, his voice choked with emotion. "I've carried the weight of this curse my whole life. Knowing that it's been lifted is a great relief." Sarah placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. "You can find peace now, Thomas. The mansion is a place of healing, and you're always welcome here." With Thomas's visit, the mansion's story continued to grow. More and more people came to Hollow's End, drawn by the tales of bravery, redemption, and hope. The mansion became a symbol of resilience and the power of facing one's fears. Sarah and Lily worked tirelessly to preserve its history, welcoming visitors from all walks of life. They shared the story of the Blackwood family and the brave girl who had helped to break the curse, inspiring countless others to face their own fears and find their own light. As the years passed, Sarah's health began to decline. She knew that her time was coming to an end, but she felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that the mansion and its legacy were in good hands with Lily. One evening, as the sun set over the town of Hollow's End, Sarah sat in her favorite chair, looking out over the garden. Lily sat beside her, holding her hand. Thank you, Lily," as Sarah said softly. "For everything." Lily's eyes filled with tears. Thank you, Sarah. You've changed my life and the lives of so many others. I promise to continue your work and keep the legacy of the mansion alive." Sarah smiled, her heart filled with gratitude and peace. "Yeah, I know you will, Lily. The mansion is in good hands." With those words, Sarah closed her eyes, a smile on her lips, and took her final breath. Sarah's passing was a time of sorrow and reflection for the town of Hollow's End. The townspeople gathered to honor her memory and celebrate her life. They knew that she had been a beacon of hope and courage, and her legacy would live on through the mansion and the stories she had shared. Lily took on the role of guardian with dedication and passion. She continued to welcome visitors, share the mansion's history, and inspire others with the tale of Sarah and the Blackwood family. She knew that the mansion was more than just a building. It was a symbol of resilience, courage, and the power of facing one's fears. As the years passed, the mansion remained a place of light and hope, drawing people from all over the world. The story of the haunted house and the brave girl who had faced its terrors continued to inspire and uplift those who heard it. And so the legacy of the haunted house lived on, a testament to the power of courage, determination, and the belief that even in the darkest of places, there is always a way to find the light.